Life is a funny thing. I can remember back when I started this YouTube channel, I was in this turning point in life, and I remember putting this quote in my description: "You're going to be happy, but first I'll make you strong." And at the time, I really didn't understand why I felt like I needed this quote. But here in 2025, in Q1, this quote has reigned true. I really felt like this first 3 months have made me so strong and built the foundation. Q1. If I had to give a word to describe Q1, I would say it was the foundation, almost like a stripping and then building the foundation, molding the clay. I just feel like Q1, specifically January and February, were filled with so many highs and lows, so many reflections, so many moments where I just had to cry it out and then move forward. And I could not put into words what I was feeling, what I was experiencing, and I had to just keep pushing forward. So I would take baby steps and do small things to help myself through. And even though I had goals and plans, I really couldn't focus on my goals and plans. Like, I found myself not even caring about that and really pouring into myself by reading books and listening to sermons and listening to motivational videos and podcasts. And I found myself rereading Atomic Habits and listening to a lot of sermons by PMJ, which I will link some of those sermons. I will link them in my vlogs. PMJ put into words what I could not describe that I was feeling. Something that he said in one of the messages was that taking breaks was necessary, which is something I realized and I leaned into. And to schedule sacred silence. I found myself taking breaks and really just sitting in silence. And I wouldn't even know why. I just need to be in the silence. I craved silence, and really spiritually, I know that's what I've been needing. And then he said, the enemy thrives in chaos because you can't get clarity in the midst of chaos. That right there pretty much sums up what Q1 felt like. Like I was trying to wade through the chaos and that I could not navigate. And now I realize I couldn't navigate because I didn't have clarity. And I didn't have clarity because I needed silence. And I am so grateful for the ability to take the time to do what I needed, to pour back into myself. And silence for me means so many things. Silence means just being alone and being able to pray and talk to God. But silence is also being at home and being in my safe space and enjoying my son and really just exploring and doing the things that brought me joy. Kicking out all the things that was weighing on my mind, that was pulling from me, draining from me, frustrating me. I feel like that's the clarity I got in Q1, and I know that it's going to make a difference in Q2.
What is up, y'all? So it is time to reset, to reflect on our March goals on Q1, and to really set some goals for Q2, to really get ready for April. I can't believe we're at the end of the month. I feel like I blinked and March was like over. But anyways, before we delve into that, I am going to try this Doc Pop. I want a soda so bad. And I'm trying to do better about soda. So I want to try this out. It tastes more like a cherry Coke. I don't know. It tastes more like a flat cherry Coke than anything. But I can get into that. I don't really like Coke, but whatever. So I've kind of already talked to you through some of my thoughts through March and really January through March, but it was just like a whirlwind of things happening, a whirlwind of emotions. And all I can say at this point is I'm glad I made it through. I'm glad I kind of gave in to what was happening and really just let myself experience and feel everything. But I am so ready for April. So I have my little folder here. So if you're new, I have my vision board in here, and then I have my goals on the other side. I have this vision bingo board, which sadly, y'all, I cannot mark anything off. Like I made this really hard. I made this really I don't know, like almost unattainable, but I wanted to push myself, and I'm telling you, I'm pushing myself. So really, when I think back to Q1, as I was going through it, my thoughts of what Q1 should look like changed drastically. So when I think back to Q1, it was literally set the foundation, right? Do the little things that I could do while not really just doing too much to where I wanted to quit. That's basically what it was. But for me, Q2, if I had to give it like a theme, so to say, when I'm thinking of Q2, I really want to really just attack. Like, I don't want to go all hard to where I like give up and you know what I mean? I want to feel like I'm accomplishing so much. And so I was listening to the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. So it's actually the audiobook. I wish this was a hard copy book that I had, because this book took me a little while to get into. I had to like re-listen to the intro, like the overview, and then as he got going, I was like, okay, wait, you're onto something, because the premise of this book is basically talking about being either dependent, independent, and realizing that the best place to be is working in interdependence. And so he talks about working on self and then working on like your ability to work with others. Like he talks about itself first. So I am listening to the first habit. So there's 7 habits. The first 3 habits are focused on inner and self. And I think that's where my focus will be for Q2. And maybe not all of Q2, but as I'm listening to it, I feel like this is the foundation that I needed put into words at the end of 2024. As I was going through this thought process, if you were listening to some of my videos about the mindset, this right here, it could probably be my focus and my overall theme for April, May, and June. And I say that because the way this book is you really have to like take notes, study. He suggests teaching it or talking to somebody else about it to really make sure you're listening and gaining and understanding. And I knew, like, I had to rewind. I was listening to it while I was cleaning, and I was like, wait a minute. So I went back and I was like, I need to take some notes. And so for me, for April, I am focusing on being proactive. And so if you read the book, it'll make sense why I'm like, it's probably each month is going to be something that I'm focusing on, because the last 3 months and even before this, I said, I am not flexible. I don't like change. I don't like when things are happening that I feel like I'm out of control. And basically this whole habit is talking about being proactive instead of reactive, and how it hinders your ability when you are reactive, which sometimes is common sense and sometimes you just need to hear it. And so I really want to work through habits 1 through 3. I don't know if it'll take me all 3 months, but I will do some check-ins with y'all and kind of come back. But the few things that I wrote down so far, One was habit one, be proactive. And I wrote be proactive instead of reactive. Between stimuli and response, we have the ability to choose. And so that was one of the main things that I captured out of there. And then a couple of other things from the beginning of this book. And it says it's like an 11-hour audiobook. And of course, I've listened to the first habit for like an hour and a half now, and it's only an hour and like 7 minutes or something. But it says, it's not what happens to us, but our response to what happens to us that hurts us. And so I feel like I've been doing all I can, but I keep getting set back. And I feel like this is probably the reason why. It's because my brain right now is like in reactive mode instead of being proactive. So I don't know, just listening to that, you know how sometimes you listen to something and it just gives you that burst of energy, you need that push. So yeah, my April is really being proactive, and that's pretty much it. So anyways, with that being said, let's go back to my March goals. And honestly, I didn't even set like overall Q1 goals, and I think that's where I got off, because last year I would have like quarterly goals and then try to reach those goals. And even this year, when I'm looking at how I set up my little like way of keeping track of everything, I even noticed, I was like, you didn't even like throw Q1, Q2, Q3 in here, and I don't know why I didn't do that. But yeah, anyways, I'm just gonna make a note for myself. We are going to plan out Q2 and then plan out April. So for March, let's see, I was able to save $150, so that is good. I followed my budget, and this is for finance, and I did post 3 times on LTK. I have not posted on Amazon, y'all. I am finding it really hard, and I think LTK and Amazon is going to be more of a summer project for me. I just mentally cannot take on anything else. Home. So I did plan Cole's B-Day trip. That was on my to-do list. I did not clean out the hall closet. I don't know why I told myself I was going to do that. And I think it's because I thought we would be here for spring break, and we really weren't. And when we came back, I was just focused on cleaning in general. And so that did not happen. So for career and development, I was supposed to be practicing my skills, my signing skills, which I have. I've been doing a lot of interpreting this month, and it has been draining me. Like, I interpreted for straight 8 hours one day because one of the interpreters are out. So yeah. I did not reach 1,000 subscribers on my second channel. I am at 951, so I'm kind of close. I'm close, but not quite there yet. And 2,000 for this channel, nowhere near that. I did not hit that. I wasn't in deep work mode in Q1. When I say I was surviving, I was surviving. Solo date. So I took myself for a coffee. I don't know if that counts as a solo date, because I did take Cole to a parents' night out for the first time. And it's funny because I saw a couple that I normally see each month at our support group, and she was like, what did you do on the parents' night out? And I was like, I just went and got a coffee. She was like, we went to the restaurant and had a little date. And I was like, oh, okay. Like, I clearly didn't use my time wisely. One adventurous thing. I didn't do anything adventurous. I would say adventurous for me, I went and did my oil change on my own. And I know what you're thinking. You're probably like, girl, what? Typically, my mom and I will take each other if we need to get an oil change. Like, she'll take me, I'll take her. And I was frustrated because my appointment somehow never made the books. And so I went in early to a different place that did first come, first serve. And like, I just went, which is out of character for me. And I Ubered to work and then like went back and got my car. For me, that's adventurous because I don't ride in Ubers alone. I can't tell you the last time when I've done anything really alone. And so, yeah, that was my one adventurous thing. It's not that adventurous, but it was adventurous for me. And then health, drinking 80 ounces of water. I have not been doing that. I have definitely been drinking 40 ounces, maybe 60, but I have not gotten to the 80 mark yet. Stick with meal prepping. I actually was doing very good. The 1 week where I wasn't feeling well, 2 weeks where I wasn't feeling well, I was sick. going back to work from being sick, I definitely ate out a lot and did not meal prep, but I, for the most part, I stuck with it. Did not exercise. It says exercising. I was going to start with stretching daily. It happened like twice in the whole month, but we're going to get it together. And those are like not legit hardcore goals for me, because I'm telling you, January, February was just hard, and I just needed something simple, and even the simple things weren't even accomplished. So if you have never planned your year quarterly, what I do, and these are suggestions that I've taken from other people and based off of the 12-week year, I actually was frustrated because I went back into my audiobooks to see if I still had access to that one, and it told me that it was no longer, where is it? I got this lovely little message. It says title no longer included with membership, and it's because I canceled my membership and downloaded like all my books before I canceled it, and I thought that one was still included, and it's not. So yeah, that stinks, but it's okay. So anyways, what you do is you look at your overall goals and you break them into quarters. So since I only have 3 quarters left, that is how I'm going to have to break this. So off camera, I'm going to do that. I'm going to set my goals, and I'm going to come back and talk to you about my goals for April and Q2. Okay, y'all. So I got cozy. So I was kind of laughing at myself because I was like, a lot of these things really go with being proactive and like just doing the things and stop making excuses. Like I've said for the longest, my nighttime routine is not what it should be because Cole is not regulated. And Cole is not regulated because I'm not being proactive in getting him on a regular schedule. So anyways, I'm just like laughing at myself. I'm really feeling very positive about April and Q2. I don't know. It's just Q1, I think coming out of that winter slump, it was just rough. But anyways, so I have my Q2 goals, and I don't really want to go through all of them like in detail, like exactly how I'm going to do it. I'm just going to give you like a snippet of like how I do this. So for Q2, so for my overall goals for finance, I have a savings goal and then an income goal from my side hustles. So for Q2, my savings goal is just $1,200 by the end of Q2. So that means each month I'm having to save $400, which I think I could do if I don't spend in my extras area. And like I have it built into my budget to put money into savings on top of what's left over. So I think I can do that. I think it's doable. I also want to make my first $500 of the year. If you've seen my video on my other channel where I talked about how much I made from side hustles, I made almost $300, I think. So I would like to make my first 500 for this year. That means I am actually going to have to be actively putting links and actively posting content and actively trying to monetize my channels. So that is one of my goals, is to finally monetize one of my channels this month. That goal is a stretch, but I'm pushing myself this month and then just sticking to my budget. I have been really good about sticking to my budget, except for March and April are just high spend months. And I knew this going in. I just didn't know how much. Like I planned Cole's birthday and Great Wolf Lodge. It's not cheap. I just didn't know how much it would cost. So those are my high spend months. So for personal, I am just really working on this whole, I've said this over and over, just turning my house into a home, decluttering, decorating, just making my space feel home. And then personal, just taking care of me. I want to declutter my home, and by the end of the Q2, I need to have a garage sale. I need to completely clean out and get rid of all the extra things I just have laying around my house. Like I have an extra mattress in the garage just there, just because. And I'm also, if you know, really working on being more presentable, more put together. That's like on the personal side. So I've only set 2 goals for this area for April, and that is 1, just declutter the closet. That is it, just the one hall closet. That's the only project I'm giving myself. If I do more, okay, but like I also like today cleaned out Cole's shoes, which was not on the agenda. It just happened. So, and then I want to finally get myself a set hairstyle. That sounds like my arm's getting tired. Sorry, my arm was getting tired. So that probably sounds like, girl, what? So for me, I have good days and bad days with natural hair. It just comes with the territory. And I really want to start building a signature look, a more 30-something look, which means I'm going to have to really like navigate a different kind of hairstyle. I want something that's easy, that just looks like my signature look. And I'm starting with my hair. So yeah, that is what I want for April in that area. So for career and development, I have specific numbers I want to reach in social media, which will help with my finance goal as well. And then my overall goals for the year in this area is to pass my BEI certification for interpreting and to grow my social media. So by the end of this Q3, I want to grow my IG count to 1,000, which is a stretch because I only have 200 right now. It was like a brand new account and I just didn't try to grow it. But I want to try to grow it because it is linked to my YouTube. So grow my IG to 1,000, grow my main vlog channel, the one you're watching, to 3,000 subs, my second channel to 2,000, and finally feel prepared enough to sign up for my certification test. So for April, I am going to push myself to post on my IG stories 10 times for the whole month, 10 times. I used to post on my stories all the time and I just kind of like left IG for a while. And so I want to go back over there and grow my presence. I am going to post on both channels 4 times. That is my minimum. I have to post the 4 times because I got out of the group of posting. So on both channels, posting 4 times no matter what. And I'm already off to a good start because I'm recording this video. I already have another video ready for Monday. So see, your girl is on it. Anyway, so relationships. So I am really working on expanding my social circle, getting out of my mundane everyday kind of like, I'm getting out of my rut. And so my overall goal is to expand my social circle, build new friendships, and attend more events. Like just do more, get out there more because I am a homebody. And so for the month of April, I just have attend one event. It doesn't matter what it is, just get out the house and go to something, which I did. I went to an adoption event in March. So that was like attending an event. But for April, I want to attend one event. But for Q2 overall, so by the end of June, I want to finally book like a solo weekend out of town just to do some activities that I want to do. Like I want to take a cooking class and I just want to just get out alone. I have not done that in a long time. I have not done that. I can't even tell you when. Getting out alone. So that is what I want to do. I want to attend 3 total events. It doesn't matter what it is, just 3 things. Go on a real solo date because I just took myself like a coffee date, and then the other one I took myself to the movies. I want to take myself like out to dinner, get dressed up, which could be in conjunction with spending a weekend out. And I want to be open to going on an actual date. I have been asked out. I have turned them down. Like I said, I've been asked out. I just haven't gone. Not because like I can't find a babysitter or, you know what I mean? Like I just genuinely wasn't interested. But I'm trying to be more open. I'm trying to, even if it's just like, building a friendship, I'm trying to be more open. So by June, I need to go on a date. I need to push myself to go out. We shall see how it goes. And then last is health. So health, my overall goal is to improve my overall health, wellness, diet, and sleep. And I had very specific things I was doing. I wanted to be exercising, cooking regularly instead of eating out so much, and experimenting with cooking, which also will help with my finance goals. Drinking enough water, and then taking care of my overall health, like making appointments to see the doctor, stuff like that. So my goal for Q2 is to like schedule out all of my doctor's appointments that I need to schedule out. I have not done anything this year. I have really put myself on the back burner, and I said as soon as my kids get done STAR testing, I am about to use every day I can just to take care of myself. It's typically stuff that I push off to the summer. I don't want to use my summer doing that. I want to get it done so I can enjoy my summer. be consistent with taking all of my vitamins. I had introduced one vitamin, and I got to get past the taste and be consistent with that. And then my other vitamins, like, I'll remember in the morning and not in the night. And so I just set myself up differently to where, like, I see it and I put both doses in my pocket, so I'm not gonna forget. For April, I said I want to rebuild my morning routine and be consistent with it all month. And by rebuild, I mean I will get up at 4:45, no doubt. But I will lay there, I will go get a cup of coffee, drink it, listen to a devotion, lay back down. Like, doing my normal routine I was doing last year is the furthest thing from my mind, and I need to get back in the groove. And it's really just mental. Like, I just don't want to get up and do it, and so I'm going to push myself. The other thing was, I was like, well, when I move, Cole gets up. Well, Cole's going to be working out with me. Cole's going to be drinking his morning coffee. Cole is going to be reading his Bible. I don't care what he does at 5 in the morning, but we're just going to be getting up, and he's probably going to be exhausted, but pray for him. So yeah, that is my goals for Q2 and specifically April. If you haven't set your goals yet, you still have time. You're never too late to set some goals. And if you really don't know what to say, really just think about how you envision your life. That is how I set mine up. This year, I declared that it was going to be a year of transformation. And transformation is not easy. Transformation is something that you really have to work at, and it's a complete change. And so these are things I'm putting down on paper, but it's things I want to see. I want to see improvement in my finances. I want to see improvement in my career. Like, I eventually want to leave teaching. I know this. And so if I'm not actively working toward it and setting myself up, I'm never going to leave. I really want to take care of my health and be more active with my son, and just, make new friends. And I really want to enjoy life, y'all. That is my main goal in life, is to enjoy life. And so these things, while they're not like all that important, they're important to me because this is what I want to do with my life. And if you don't set goals, I feel like you just kind of tumble through life, which is what I've done in the past, and which is what I did in the first 3 months. Well, and I did do like some things. Like I said, I did small things, like I made sure I was drinking enough water and taking my vitamins and still waking up every day at the time that I wanted to wake up, even if I wasn't doing all the things I wanted to do. Still following, my skincare routines and just little things that improve my overall well-being. Just start somewhere, even if it's just getting out and walking every day so that you can be more active. Whatever it is, don't be afraid to set crazy goals and change your life. And I can tell y'all now, I'm probably going to be worn out by the end of April, but it's going to be a good worn out. Like, for example, I stayed up all night doing everything I needed to get done. I'm so tired right now, but it's a good tired because I feel so accomplished. I feel like I got everything done, and now tonight I can just rest, and it's not an ongoing tired. So work hard now, enjoy the benefits later. If you're interested in anything I mentioned, especially like the highly effective 7 highly effective habits, look in the description box below for the link. If you are new to my channel, please don't forget to subscribe. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to watch the weekly vlogs, because the weekly vlogs, the way I have set them up this year, is just not random vlogs. Like, I am actually working through these things. I'm telling you what I'm learning. I'm really just sharing this journey with you. And I want you to be able to enjoy this and learn from this transformation as I'm learning. So yeah, I'll see you on the next video. Bye, guys.